Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Snowy Saturday.
I am going to check to see if we've gone live. Yes, it is snowy. It's snowing here. It's not crazy yet. Yeah, it says that we're live.
Yep, we're live.
Okay.
Jackie's on.
Hi, Jackie.
Who do you want me to tag?
So, yeah. We're coming from snowy Palmyra, Missouri. We've only got maybe a couple inches, you think?
Yeah.
And I'm doing this kind of last minute because I've got so many things I want to show you and so many things I want to tell you. There are all kinds of Stampin' positioning tools out there. We just came up with a new one because of our Stamparatus having to go away. One of the companies that's a competitor company has a stamping tool, and I guess I don't want to get into the legalities of it on here, but they said that ours copied too much of theirs, so which I thoroughly disagree with. And so we are not allowed to sell this anymore. So the Stamparatus is no longer being sold. So we needed some kind of a stamping device that is a legal thing to put out there. And there's some upgrades on this compared to the Stamparatus that I like better than the Stamparatus. There are some things I like better about the Stamparatus than I like about this. And I've only bought these two positioning tools plus a MISTI before we even had any of these. I had this tool, and I thought this was the best thing that there was until the Stamparatus came along. And so I am not trying to sell you a new thing. If you have a Stamparatus, that is a perfectly good positioning tool, and it is probably my favorite of all times. I would say this is the gold star standard. But if you didn't get a Stamparatus, you will definitely like this one compared to our competitors, and I'm going to show you why today. So let's see, do we have a few people? I mean, it is an oddball day to be on for me. Okay, yeah, we'll get going then. So I'm going to just say outright first, I am going to do a card demonstration. I'm going to do a few demonstrations today, but I am going to tell you honestly, I have always been honest with my customers and my downline, and my favorite tool of all is the Stamparatus. And I know everything has a learning curve. I've been practicing with this. There are things I like about this compared to the competitors, but what I'm going to say is I want to point out something. If you currently have this is not a bad tool. I am not going to be dogging this tool. It does its purpose, but I do want to show you something. So the MISTI, now mine's quite old because it was before we had our tool, so I don't even know how old this is. I know they've got newer ones now, and unless they've changed it, I don't know if there's any date on this. Nope. Unless they've changed their tool, and I don't know that they have, I'm just comparing it to what I have. So anything in this video is not to dog anybody's product. I want to be sure of that. I just want to give you a fair analysis. So the first thing that I want to do is hold up to our competitor's tool the difference in the plates. So they're both acrylic plates. They both have the grid on the front. But if you look, ours is much thicker on the new Stampin' Positioner. And I like that very much. It's not that this is going to break or anything. Again, there are people who think that this is the gold star standard, and that's great if this is what you want to do. I do not want to ever unencourage anybody from using this at all. So I'm going to move that out of the way. But I do want to compare it to what we had because I know a lot of my customers bought this tool. This tool is a beautiful tool in my opinion, it's probably my favorite. Did they do upgrades to this that this one didn't have? Yes, they did. So there's things about this tool that I like. So you do not need another positioning tool if you have any of these 3 items, and I know that there's other ones out there. You do not need this tool. I'm not trying to encourage a sale. I just want to educate. So I think I've said that 3 times now. So don't come at me in the comments, okay? But this tool has these magnets, and these were great compared to our competitors' magnets. They were much stronger, and I loved that about them. But if they'd snap together, they would break easy because they're such strong magnets, and you would have a hard time getting them apart. They could get stuck I mean, you see, they're really wanting to pull. If they go flat to each other, I had to put a piece of duct tape on them so that, oh shoot.
So you can get them apart.
So here's the first thing that Stampin' Up! Improved upon. They have the same quality magnets in the new Stampin' Positioner tool. But let me just show you. They're back to the round, but they have this plastic thing on it. And look at, when they hook together, they have these little fins, these little tabs. I don't know what you want to call them. I was calling it a fin. And you can pull them apart so easy. I love that. And even with my competitors tool, I still had to hook something to keep them apart because if they'd smack together. So this is a huge improvement. I will probably, if they come out with these separate, I will be buying an extra set of these. Right now, they're only sold with the Stampin' Positioner tool. So that was one improvement. The other thing is, if you had the Stamparatus and you would try to use it like you would the Misty and put the cardstock in the corner, sometimes it would be hard to press because this was such a, the mechanism was such that it was tall, especially if you didn't have that in there, and it would be hard to press, where I have none of that problems with the new Positioner. So those are the 2 things that I disliked about the Stamparatus. The last thing is this is heavy. So I went and weighed all 3 of them just to give you the facts on that. The Stamparatus weighed almost 2 pounds. This is just shy. When I was first weighing it, I had an extra plate on because I had bought extra plates so that I could just go boom, 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 boom quick when I wanted to. And I will never get rid of this. I'm just going to let everyone know. I will never get rid of the Stamparatus. This is probably my favorite stamping tool of all. Do I love this in different ways? Yes. So both of these have abilities that I love, but this weighs just shy. So it was, I think, 1 pound 11 ounces. So it's a little more awkward. I'm going to put this down. This tool right here weighs as much as the Misty. It is 1.4 ounces. So it's just about 1 4.5 ounces on here, and that's with everything all together. Of course, you're not going to use it all together, but I even put this on here, the magnets and everything with the Stamparatus I put on there. This is light. It does come with the foam so that it, you're not sliding around when you're using it, and you'll see that when I use that today. It has these move smooth. I mean, they're like smooth butter. It all works well. Now, what comes with this, you get a pack you can buy. You can purchase it separate. I guess it doesn't come with it. Stampin' Positioner grid paper. This is 8 inches by 6 inches. The grid paper is. It has these little holes, and I will show you here in a moment. On the other side, so if you're in a different country and you that sell Stampin' Up, you can get centimeters, which that's foreign news to me, so I'll be sticking with my imperial method. If Nick is on...
She is.
Okay, well then now you'll have it, Nick. So you tear off each, you get 50 of them, you tear them off, and those little holes line up, and I'm going to have to stand to make sure you guys can see this, with these little holes. There's a little ruler on there. I'm hoping this is showing.
It is.
There's a little ruler on there, and you can just put them right in here like that. So it holds it in place. I love that. The magnets hold it too when you're doing that. But then it's right in place, and you've got a nice surface for this. Oh, I just kind of started in, and I didn't even say anything. I want to welcome everybody. Comment, like, and share. And I guess I don't need to do any of that. Never mind. Just comment, like, and share. I would like to get your opinion, because I know some people have the MISTI, some people have the Stamparatus. Again, both tools are great. I'm going to show you what this does that's different than both of those tools, because since I have only those tools, I only know what those two do. So it comes with this plate that hooks in here. Now, I want you to notice these go down too with this. So when you grab your image, you're able to pick it up and then stamp down. Now, I want you to notice, I'm going to just use my pinky finger. Look at, when I talk about that going down
sharp.
Easy. So if you have someone who stamps that has shaky hands or arthritic hands like I do, this is actually a really neat tool. It does have the smaller plate. Again, they're not selling these separate yet. I don't know if they're going to or not at this point. This is for the hinged method like the Stamparatus. Let me find the holes right there. And again, it goes down butter smooth, and you can walk it down and walk it down. And we're going to be doing that today, but we're actually going to be doing a few different things today. I want to start off with just a piece of cardstock here. This is basic white, and I am going to go ahead and put these, even if they get clipped together apart. I love that. That is such an improvement. Down here on to hold this in. Now there is, I should probably show you this, in between the middle, right where the 4 is, there is on here an actual like V. Tell me if that shows up, Bill, on the computer. It's okay. I can wait a minute. Is that showing up?
Not really.
Oh, maybe if I get a little closer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a V right there.
Above the 4.
Yes. And that is there purposely so that you can line up, kind of like I was talking about the Stamparatus, where sometimes it was hard to push when you would line up. This what this is for. Now I'm going to use a new stamp set here, and this is Greenery Lane. I pulled it out just because I wanted something that would be a little bit not like a lined image. I wanted something. So I'm going to use this piece of greenery. And do I have that in here? And I want to show you that what we're being told and what I have found that has worked. So if I want to put this piece of greenery here, I'm going to put these right up close to my image, okay? Now you guys know how stamps are very sticky. So one of the things that you can do if you don't want to move that paper is just rub your finger on it. Just kind of make that so it's not as sticky on that side. So let's say I want to stamp, this is a 4 by 5 1/4, so basic for this demonstration. And I'm going to put those right on there, and I'm just going to pick that up, right? And I'm going to be careful because I do have a brand new stamp that's kind of sticky. So, and let's ink this up. I'm going to do this in Pretty Peacock because I know I can make something out of this. Now, I randomly picked this live here area that I'm going to put this on. But, okay, I'm going to purposely stamp this down. And I'm just using a few fingers. Pop it up. Nice, right? Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've got another one here. And let's say I'm doing something for a card swap or something like that. I want all of my cards to be the same with that image. Or maybe I'd do it this way. I don't know. I haven't made my card yet. But that's where I put it. So I'm going to leave this the same. I'm going to re-ink it up. To me, it's easiest to take the ink pad just like with the Stamparatus or with the Misty, to the acrylic block. Well, I have that. I didn't put my things in the same spot, so we're going to ink it up again. And now this card and this card will be exactly the same. Okay, so if you're doing things and you're doing multiples, you can get them exactly the same. That's what that little thing is for, so that you know you're lined up and you don't have to reposition. But now, while I'm doing that, why don't let's do a third one here. I got another idea I think I'm going to do. Let's just say this is the last one. So I'm going to set this into position, and those guides will help you know where you need to be. And I'm going to ink up that image again. This just came to me, so I'm going on the fly. Oh my goodness. That's never a good thing to do live. Now, first I'm going to do one thing. I'm just going to ink there. Oh no, my image. What will I do? It's ruined. No, you can just re-ink. Make sure I get ink everywhere. And come back. And now you're right in the same spot where you needed to be. Okay, now say this is the last one, and then I'm going to change my image. So hopefully I can do this without getting my finger dirty, because you really should probably clean it off. But I want to actually do that stamped off bit. So I'm just going to leave it like that and press down. And now I've got the dual image. So I just wanted to show you that. Now let's go on to the next thing. Okay, so this was right before, like 4 minutes before I went live. I was cutting these 3x3 pieces because a thing occurred to me as I was doing that. Why don't I try, now I'm going to clean this. Where's my chamois? Why don't I try to do an image in multiple? I used to have a, what do I want to say? Not a stencil, a shim. I used to have a shim that my mother made me that you could do like wreaths and stuff on. And so I got it in my head that I was going to try to do this live. And I didn't pre-plan this or anything. So let's see what happens. So here's this image. Bill's like, you got 4 minutes. I'm like, I know, but I want to try something. So, so I'm just going to put this kind of in this corner. Now, this is not the optimal. Maybe I want to try a new image. Well, I got 2 of these. I can do more than one. So I'm going to move this close to the stamp. Oops, turn my plate around. Pick it up. I got a new sticky stamp, so I'm going to just be really careful. But I have that guide, so that's going to be okay. And I'm just going to continue to use this color because it's on hand, and this is the pretty peacock that I'm using. So I'm going to do the same thing that you saw me do. Okay. But now I'm going to take this image out. I'm going to turn it because I've got a square piece of paper here. So that's the difference is let's stamp square and let's see if we can make a wreath. Now, I got crap. Do you see that? I got ink all over there. I'm not going to worry about it because it's not going to touch anything. These guides will stop at a certain point. We're just going to play with this and have fun. Okay, and we're going to turn it. Again, and ink it again. And because if I realize later that something didn't get stamped right on this image, I could just put that right back up in there and I wouldn't have to worry about it. And then this last one. Now, I would say this particular image wasn't made for what I'm doing, but if you have one with like a rounded, you know, then you can get that real wreath look. But let's see what this does. And then you tell me what you think, Bill.
Okay.
Okay, I'll hold it up so you can see. Okay. Oh, cute. What do you think?
Looks really nice.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's another thing that this can do that is fun. And did you clean these down?
Thought I did.
Okay. Well, I think you wring them out and they dry out. Let's take this off. Now, maybe another one to try. I'm going to set that aside. No, I'm not. I'll lose it if I don't put it away. I'm going to try another stamp set here and see if this works. Because right before we went live, I thought, I wonder if that would work. This is that Addressed to You stamp set that we used on live last week. So what happens if I do the same thing with this? Now, I think you need kind of a longer one, so I'm not even going to try that. But at least, you know, you get the idea of what this will do. And that's fun, right? They're both fun. They're fun. You can have them all lined up and you can see. Let me take, not this one and this one. Too many things in my hand. You can see that they're lined up exactly the same. Yeah. Now, here's another thing when you got the V-notch. Oh my gosh, this V-notch. I'm putting it in here. And say you're trying to line up a word. It is okay to take the tray and move it like at a diagonal. So you can see on your grid board here, I've got on the glass tray. So if I was trying to do line up some wording, I could do that and just turn this. This thing is so stinking light. I love that. That's the one thing about the Stamparatus. I'm going to put this back. What did I do with it? I'll put this back and we're going to go on to the next part of the demonstration. Oh, my crafter math is so bad. Okay, it does come with some instructions with it, but you're getting it firsthand. So we're going to put this plate aside. I've shown a few things with that. We're going to go on. So I actually have a card that we're going to make. And I am going to pull out, oh, I don't know. I think these are 3" by 5.5" is what I have here. So I'm going to start at this 0 and I'm going to push all the way up to these dots because this is a straight line. You can see it matches on this side. So right now I'm just going to start there and I'm just going to put these down. Now I am going to be using, we're getting out a whole nother stamp set. I'm going to be using this Endless Love. We've got Valentine's Day coming and I've been meaning to demonstrate this anyway. I was just trying to figure out how I do it and get it straight. I want to show you other ways you can use Valentine's stuff. So I have taken out of here the Sending You and the Love because that's not Valentine's. And yesterday, you guys, I'm going to shut this real quick before I stick my hand in it. I did a color combination and I decided, so my color combination I think was Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock, and Lemon Lime Twist. And I bet people were going, what? That's kind of a crazy combo. Uh-huh, it is. But I put those on there to get you guys to think. And I thought, well, I'm just going to take some of my own advice and I'm going to use these colors. Now I added other colors to it because let's have fun. If we're going to do that tile thing, we're going to have fun doing the tile thing. So what I mean by the tile is the step down version that the Stamparatus had that you can't do with the Misty, you can do with this. So I've got the Sending You, and I'm going to have to stand, so my nose is going to be right up in here. And I'm going to try to center this as best that I can. I think I got that. Oh, my hands. See, my hands shake. I'm a shaker. So this tool is going to be good for me, especially as the arthritis gets worse. And I'm going to put it right here on the 1 and 2 peg. And it's at the top here. So I'm going to hold that paper because this is sticky. I need to just run my fingers over it. And I'm going to move these up because that's going to help hold it. So making sure that I have it still on that 0 and flush with all of these is crucial. Now, I don't use Coastal Cabana a lot, but we're using Coastal Cabana today. So I'm going to ink this up. Now, you can do this, but I find that when you do this, you end up getting ink and stuff this way. So I'm going to suggest to do the exact same way you do with the large one, is to ink it up by taking the ink pad to the stamp. So let's ink it up. And because I have used this in red before, I can't tell how inky that is, but that's okay because we're using a Stampin' Positioner. So I can go on here and go like that. Give that ink a moment to transfer. If I don't like it, which I am one for really saturated color, and I think my stamp pads in the wintertime when they're on the outside wall, they kind of seize up a little bit. So I'm going to do it twice because then I can get that real saturated color. And this is so awesome. Look at that. Okay. So now I have that Sending You. And that, again, was Coastal Cabana. We are going to be making this into a card. And I need another chamois, but I need one that's wet. That one's better. I think you wring them out too much, and I think that's why they're drying, but that's okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and hook one that side, and I'm going to move this down, and I'm going to have Sending You Love, and we're going to walk the love down in different colors. But because this is clear above, I'm going to take a moment to get it right where I want it. Now I'm still going to do this 1 and 2 because it's still hooked right in that area. So it's this side. So we're going to do 1 and 2. Pick it up, hold it down. It's really sticking. There we go. Now, as long as that hasn't moved, and it hasn't, we're good. Let's take Lemon Lime Twist. What a fun color. You either like it or you don't. I like it for some things, and this is one of them because I'm going to do a fun card. So let's see. I can't mess it up. Bill, you could do this.
I know.
Okay. That's pretty good, actually. So I'm going to go straight from Lemon Lime Twist into a darker green color, which is pretty peacock. So I'm not even going to worry about the colors. They don't mix. If you're going into a darker color, it's not going to mix into this and compromise that ink. If you want to take it off, you can. But I'm going to move down now to 2 and 3. So we did 1 and 2 for the first two, but I'm moving down to 2 and 3 because if you look at where it lines up, and I'm going to move that down a little bit, that should be about the right placement. Let that ink transfer. There we go. Now, I am going to switch color families, and I'm not going into, well, it is about the same. I'm going to go into that Berry Burst. This is that color combination, so I am going to clean this block, or this stamp, I guess. Well, stamp and block. It's kind of a block, right? Are there any comments going on, or are people asleep, or what?
Oh, they really need
Okay.
coverage.
Okay, so now let's move that down because you want to keep these as close to that as possible. And let's go down to the Berry Burst. I did grab Berry Burst, making sure I grabbed the right one. Okay, and we're going to come in, now I'm down to 3 and 4. And as long as that stamp fits there, I'm going to let that. There we go. Now, that coverage isn't, I want that to be a little darker. So I'm just going to ink that right back up, and I want to make sure that this paper isn't moving. I've got that, and that might have moved just a little bit there. Let's see if that looks like it's going to be, yep. So I want this one to be fairly dark, so I was going to do this twice anyway. There we go. So here's that color combo that I was telling you about. Now I'm going to move this one down and this one down. And I'm going to put Berry Burst. Actually, I should keep these out because we're going to do something when the card comes in. So I'll get the Lemon Lime Twist back up. That was that color combination. So I'm going to go to Petunia Pop now. Now, Petunia Pop is lighter than Berry Burst, so I do need to go in between. If I was going to do this effect and I was doing the Fresh Freesia Petunia Pop, I could just go from one to the other because it's the same color family, same value, just lighter to darker. But since this is, I'm going darker to lighter this direction, I do have to clean those in between. So, oh, I can see I missed it already. There we go. That's a better ink job. So now I'm going down the next one and just walking it down. I love it. So then my last one is going to be here, and I'm going to flip that. Oops, where does this go? Petunia Pop. I'm going to flip that magnet up because I have no place to hold here. And I am going to go to a Fresh Freesia, which is a lighter. You're kind of really paying attention.
I am.
He's not seen this yet either, so I think it's almost better if I put it right down here and ink it. It's so hard to tell when you're going from lighter to lighter to darker to lighter. And your stamps stain.
They love the magnets.
The magnets are the gold star bomb value. I think I use a lot of Fresh Freesia in my day-to-day, so I think I'm going to need to do this one twice because I think I got a dry Fresh Freesia. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh no. Look. I love it. But I love that. That came out so good. Tell me you guys like it too. Please tell me you like it too. Okay, so now I'm just going to hook these there so I don't lose them. I've got a little more stamping to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I want to use this color combination. And
Perfect.
They like it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And just having a fun color combination that's using that Valentine stamp in a way that is so much fun. So I think I'm going to go into the green here, and I think I'm going to go like that. And since I'm going to the darker green, I'll do that one there. Now I'm going to have to chamois that off because I'm going into a different color. This is from the same stamp set. There you go. Ah! That's going to be for the inside of the card. So when I put those color combinations out there, you guys remember this demonstration. Okay, let's get what else we need. I'm going to use a piece of Lemon Lime Twist to make the card base. And then I was sitting there thinking that this is quite the color. Look at this. Isn't that just gorgeous? Come on. I just love it.
Yeah.
But I remembered at Christmas time, and we still have this in. We have our Peaceful Garden Glimmer. I don't know if you know, this is from one of my paper shares, but this color is not silver. This is a light green. And it triggered my mind. I thought, oh, I've got such a pretty card. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to cut off, 3.5 piece of this. Now this was from my paper share, so it's 6 by 12 is how I cut my paper share so that you get more options. And so I'm going to cut this at 5.5.
Speaking of paper share.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that here soon. I'm going to cut that off. And when you are gluing on our glimmer paper, I love that you don't get all of that shimmer all over the place like you do on glitter paper that we used to have. What I like to do and what I prefer is definitely the green glue. This is the Tombow liquid glue. Liquid glue is the best way, but here's my suggestion for you. First of all, when you're getting it and you want it to stay on, because I hate it when projects fall apart. You send something to somebody, you want them to have it, right? So put a little extra glue on there. Let me take a minute to get this kind of centered with that green. Please tell me what they're saying. Are they giving me hearts?
Yeah.
And thumbs up? Mm-hmm. Okay, when you get this on here, this is where the big block is nice. I like to just set that aside and give that a minute to adhere. So while that's doing that, I'm going to take this piece that we had and this extra piece that we had. I mean, let's not let that go to waste, right? So let's take this and let's do this at the bottom. This is going to be for the inside of the card. So we can put this right down here. And now we've got that light green color in the glimmer following. So if you have any of this left over, it is for sale on our website. It's still available. But how much fun is this with a Valentine's Day stamp?
Well, I'll keep looking. It looks nice.
This is adorable with a Valentine's Day stamp because you can send love and then on the inside have it say happy birthday. You can send love and have it say just a note, or you can just write your own note. So I made this the same as the outside so I could just bring that same look through. So it was 3 by 5.25. No, 5.5, sorry. Like our base. And I'm just going to set this up like so. Inside, we've got all this beautiful bright color. This could be sending you love, happy birthday, you know. It can be, you think of the things that it can be. You guys come up with ideas in the comments. Comment down below if you like this color combination now that you see it. Because I think people thought I was crazy. I barely got any likes on that. I was like, what? This is a cool combination. Okay, now, I got a lot of buildup there. Yuck. We'll get that in the trash down below. Okay, so we're going to go like this. And I'm going to add extra. You could pop this up if you want to. I like to mail my stuff flat, so I don't, but you could. Now let's fix this on to the base of the card. It's so cool. It's so cool.
They love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anniversary card?
It could be, yeah. It could be happy anniversary, you know, to you guys. It could be to your kiddo. You just want to say, hey, they're in college or they're serving overseas or whatever's going on. Okay, I'm going to give that a second. And while I'm doing that, I started to think, what do I want to do to embellish this? Because it's really neat all on its own. You could send it just like this, but I got out my black baker's twine because I love how black sets it off. Black and white and a pop of color, that is this card. And so this will be my something black, right? You're quiet over there, so I'm scared
I'm
they're
reading.
asleep. Oh, you're reading?
Reading
Well,
comments,
tell
yeah.
me the comments.
Well, thinking of you.
Oh, yeah. Sending love, thinking of you. Or how
Love the
about,
color combo.
how about hope you're feeling better? Sending love, get well soon, that type of stuff. So I'm just rolling up a glue dot here, and I think I'm just going to set it right in the middle there. You do not have to do this. I just wanted to add this because I do like what that does to it. Just to me, I think black and white, I don't know what it is. Although I'm kind of secret seeing white these days too.
Yeah.
Okay, where is my, here's my embellishment sack of our current embellishments. And I'm thinking, let's just do plain and simple rhinestones. We don't need to take away from this, but let's do several. I mean, we got lots of bling on here, so I'm going to use some of these smaller ones. And I think I'm going to go right there and right there. And, how about right there? Maybe right there. And how about here? Does that look good?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
So we just took that. Look at that. So stinking cute. How about a grandkid you just want to say something to? So if they live far away from you, you know, or a teenager or something, I think that would be so cute. So that's that card demonstration. Now let me bring this stuff back in. What I used for that is the Endless Love bundle, the Sending You Love. That's what I used for this. This is Valentine's Day, but as we get closer, what do you do with the stamp sets after Valentine's Day? I wanted to extend it so there'd be something else. I want to bring in, this is our new Stampin' Positioner. It does have this small plate, but these are still inked up. So comes with the 2 plates and the 2 magnets. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. If you have a Stamparatus, you don't necessarily need this. They do about the same thing. There are some things I like better about this. There's some things that I love about this. I'm not trying to sell you. I just wanted to show you what is new. Secondly, if you have this, it's my competitor. I definitely don't want to sell you this, but if you have it and you love it, that's fine. I will say there's some extra features on this that you're not going to get with this. I probably haven't showed you everything. The price point difference between this and the Misty and this and the Stamparatus, this is very affordable, especially if you save up your Stampin' Rewards that you get. This is a $49 price point. Here's the thing. They are not having this available to customers yet. They're doing a promotion next month, and it's not until February 2nd. Sign up to become a demonstrator. You get, for $99, you get 125 free in product that you pick. You also get free shipping, but they're going to throw this in. This is an extra $49 value on top of it. That's a very good time to sign up in next month. So if this is something that you're thinking about, if not, save your Stampin' Rewards, because I think this will be available after that promotion is done. So again, you do not have to buy this. I am not trying to sell. I just wanted to show you what was new. So I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I hope you learned a few things, got a few ideas, and are excited about trying some new stuff with your stamping positioning tool. And do we have any comments or any questions?
They love it.
Were there any questions?
Awesome.
Did I
deal.
Okay. Did I answer everything?
I think so.
Okay. I hope you guys have a warm and safe, for those of you who are in the path of this storm, weekend. And we will be back on Wednesday evening Bill, are you going to do a card?
If you want me to.
And I think maybe Bill's going to be doing a card for us. So I think I put him on the spot. So have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Comment, tell me what you think. If you've got any questions, if you've got any ideas that you want me to demonstrate with this, I appreciate it. All right. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.